We need to talk. How many of us have received that dreaded text message or left those words in a voicemail for someone? We need to talk. The words that tell us that there is a hard conversation coming our way. And maybe there's some of you here tonight who think, yes, a hard conversation, what an opportunity for connection. I get to work on my relationship. I'm so excited. Let's talk about our challenges and how we can better love each other. And you are incredibly healthy, and that is amazing. And will every hard conversation be a life-changing event? No. But could any one conversation be the one conversation that really does change our relationships? Absolutely. But my favorite was this guy sits down across from me, good-looking, well-dressed guy, sits down, we're talking, and he says for a profession that he does taxidermy. So I get super excited, and I was like, that's amazing. So I started asking him some more questions. Like, so do you like trap the animals? Or do you just stuff them? Is it a machine that stuffs them? Like, how does that work? Stares at me, blinking. I was like, you did say taxidermy, right? And he goes, no, I'm a tax attorney.
And then why was Stephen willing to die for it? Because he was so convinced that God was for every person, no matter your country, your gender, your race, your background, your previous life choices, your previous religion, it didn't matter. Whatever your background was, Christ says you're in.
There's a line in the Gospels where Jesus says, "Blessed are those who don't stumble on account of me." And he's basically saying, blessed are those who follow me when it doesn't make sense. Blessed are those who follow me when they're mad at me. Blessed are those who follow me when they're really disappointed. Blessed are those who are longing for things that aren't yet fulfilled.
And I wonder, for many of us, if that feels hard to believe, that Christ would cheer you on. See, so often we think we're not doing enough, and we think that to be a part of the movement of God requires us to move to another country, that requires us to physically die, that requires these big, huge, lofty things. And sometimes we are called to those. But what about the everyday movement of God? What about the everyday movement of following Christ? That you don't necessarily have to die a physical death, though some of us might, for the cause of Christ. It could be that you are a school teacher and you pour yourself into your students so that they could have a better life. That's being a part of the movement of Christ. Or it might be that you're an artist and you write or you paint and you pour yourself into that. And you create beauty from things that seem so dark. That is being a part of the movement of Christ. It could be that you choose humility over pride when you respond to your boyfriend or your girlfriend. That's being a part of the movement for Christ. It could be going to counseling so that you don't perpetuate the cycles of dysfunction that you inherited. That's being a part of the movement of Christ.
But my favorite part was at the end. He pulls out his credit card to pay, which I really appreciated. But he's like, this one's on daddy, and tosses down the card. And I'm still not sure if it was his dad's credit card or if he was referring to himself as daddy. Up to you, I'm not really sure.